are going to do your year ahead reading, and I'm going to start with some cards on love and romance for this year. And let me see, I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology. Okay, I'm going to light this candle just to get some, if it'll light, just to get some better lighting in here, maybe kind of warm things up, which I think Virgo needs. Virgo needs some warmth. I'm going to talk a little bit in this reading about your astrology, but bear in mind that it's a general reading, right? And really only specifically looking at your natal chart is what's going to give you the most accurate results. Now, definitely look at your rising sign, because that will be more accurate than, a look at your natal chart. I'm sorry, then looking at your sun sign, I should say. Okay, so, if you're Virgo sun, make sure to check out the video on your rising sign. Okay, that will help you get more accurate astrology. Okay, but the absolute most accurate is like if you, get a reading from me or another astrologer, or you do it yourself, which, by the way, I'm putting out a video this weekend on some quick astro tips on how to prepare and plan for the new year, how to look at your astrology. Okay, so if you want to make sure that you're being notified when that is released, then make sure that you have activated the bell for notifications. And hopefully that helps those of you who can't afford a private reading right now, but of course, if you can, come visit me. I have the links down below in my description box if you want a 12-month love or money reading, okay, where I look at your astrology and I pull cards. But anyway, Virgo, let's see what's going on with your love life in 2021. See if anything, I was hoping this time that something random would fall out, okay? Please show me, Spirit. All right, I'm seeing some here. So for some of you with the Four of Chalices, you've been deeply dissatisfied with something in your life. It might have been an emotional pattern that you've been trapped up in, a habit that is just paralyzing you in some respect with your life, like not helping you to get forward movement. You got an Ace of Wands on the table, though, so possibly soul union or creative new start that you could have with someone. But you're going to have to rethink something. You're going to have to get a new strategy. Maybe having to do with how you communicate, possibly in a more playful way. I don't know. Y'all can get really serious. With Five of Chalices in reverse, I think the seriousness is emotional. And there's some old grief that you're having to kind of accept your losses and move on in order to get the stability and the fun back in a relationship. But that's going to require you breaking free of some old mindsets. I think, though, if you do that, you could get a new beginning. But again, can you break out of that emotional pattern that you've been in, that I saw from the start with a Four of Chalices in reverse? Your advice: release your ex. Well, maybe in the past you did release this person. Now it's saying make the effort. I don't know. Some of y'all don't want to hear that. And, I recently in 2020 tried to talk to a Virgo about making amends. And, there was a regret, but that Virgo was like, nope, don't want to do it. And I could tell, when I brought it up, it was like getting into a very sensitive topic. So I'm not going to tell you to go be with somebody who just too much emotion. Like, I'm not going to say that. But it's somebody, maybe you do need to make the effort with somebody from your past in some respect. I'm not going to prescribe exactly how you make that effort. It might not be sexual. It might just be with, deepening that friendship, deepening that emotional tie or bond. But there's some kind of effort that you're being asked to make. And if it's not you, maybe it's them, that they're going to be making more of an effort in 2021. Okay, now I'm pulling cards about your career, finance, and money. And you start off with the sun there, which is gorgeous. love that because you're getting a lot of blessing. And let me see if I look at your astrology. You could have Jupiter in your 6th house. Some of you moving into your 7th house later on this year. I mean, again, it's specific to your chart, but if it's 6th house, this is about your daily habits and work routines, you know. Um, maybe a job for some of you. For others of you, your health, okay. Very Virgoan type stuff. Now, if we're talking about the 7th house, Jupiter's in your 7th house, which for some of you it may be, particularly the rising, Virgo rising, okay, then partnership is being blessed and highlighted. And yeah, this is a money reading, so maybe it's a business partnership where you're starting to see something and burdens are beginning to lift and blessings are coming in, and that's lovely. With the King of Wands, it might have to do with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sometimes, you know, this is a business person, an entrepreneur. In the reverse, though, there's maybe something about this individual who, where they have maybe been impulsive, or they just don't listen. They don't listen to what other people have to say. They don't listen to the promptings of spirit. They're very shut off, like, and also they're unable to listen, okay? And some of you, maybe this is a truth coming out this year about your money, or, you know, who you're partnering with, or your daily habits, your health, or, you know, routines, or your job. And their spirit has been trying to show you something. It's really trying to illuminate something in your life and show you a truth to bring about some kind of healing, but you have not wanted to listen. Or again, I can see this might be going on this year. You do have Ace of Swords, so the truth is here. Victory, blessing is here, but are you not able to hear it, or somebody around you? And you know, if this is like a boss or a business owner, you know, it could be like an entrepreneur. It could be somebody who works in marketing, communications, all right? I think this is a year where you got a lot of blessing and breakthrough coming for you, a lot of victory, all right? And maybe if you're not able to manifest something, because there's a Magician reverse, well, you're going to see the truth about it. And again, it might be a very sober, stark truth that, you know, like, this is similar to what I got for y'all in the January reading. If y'all didn't see your January reading, it's over on Vimeo for $3.99. But basically, it's like the truth is there. But I was getting this message about y'all being blinded by the light. It's like the truth is here, and I'm seeing it here with the sun in broad daylight and the Ace of Swords. But somebody doesn't want to hear it. They don't want to listen to it. And it might be the truth about why you're not able to manifest something, or why you're not being resourceful or using your resources to optimal advantage. If there is like a tricky Ricky around you, somebody who's like scheming, or, you know, like a sleazy car salesman type person, somebody who's trying to con you, okay, you're going to know the truth about this year. You're going to see the truth. The truth is going to get trumped by the lies, okay? Spirit is really shining a light on this, okay? But you or somebody around you, the truth is clear as day, and they don't want to hear it or see it, and it's causing them problems with manifesting. I'm sorry to say. You've got the devil in reverse, so this could be about a Capricorn, but I like it in the reverse because it's showing me that you are breaking free of feeling out of control maybe with your money. For some of you, if you felt like you didn't have control of your finances, you're taking control back of your finances. Especially because you were having trouble manifesting something, and that's why you felt like you didn't have control. I mean, so many good cards, but you gotta listen to, you know, your intuition. You've got to listen to prompting of Holy Spirit. You got to listen to people who are trying to give you advice that can be trusted. They're trusted counsel because they actually bear the fruit that you're trying to bear, right? Like, you're not going to go get financial advice from somebody who's living under a bridge, right? You're just not. But if you go seek advice from trusted advisors and you listen to them and you take action on it, I can see you really breaking free of this bondage, okay? And for some of you, that's exactly the advice that you need to go talk to somebody this year, and they're going to put you on the fast track of whatever difficulties that you've been in with your money. But you got to have a willingness to listen, a willingness to do what you're being shown as the truth, as harsh and blunt as it might seem, as stark as it might seem. You've got to have a willingness to listen to that. Let's see what the advice is for you this year. God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So I'm really seeing this go back to that Sun card, that Spirit is really trying to shine the truth down on you. Pay yourself first is also advice, that you need to make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. You know, I've been learning a lot about money this year personally, and it's good, you know, to have to save 10% for yourself. And if you're like, I can't afford to save anything, and a lot of people are in that situation, well, you know what? You really can't afford not to save. You're gonna basically, you have to tell other people no. You can't tell yourself no on savings. And, you know, yeah, you're going to piss people off at first, but you're going to piss them off anyway. And the way that you lift out of that is through slowly building 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in a savings account. Or these days, you know, with the dollar becoming worthless, you know, go put it in silver or gold, or go stick it in Bitcoin, you know, or crypto. All right. Those things are actually increasing value. They're growing your money, and you can get them out anytime. You can cash them out if you need the cash, you know. But that would be a way to kind of like pocket some money away, pay yourself. And then, you know, when you've got some savings there and you hit a rough patch, you don't end up taking out loans and running up NSF charges on things that, you know, just put you further behind, right? And you constantly playing this catch-up game. I don't know, I gotta say that for somebody. Somebody needs to hear that. And sorry if you can hear my dog drinking a river. But we're going to get into a quick 5-card spread for you to find out, you know, what were the lessons of 2020 for you, and what will the lessons be in 2021? Also, in the new year, what are the obstacles and the strengths? And that just came out. Ace of Fire, Ace of Wands. So you get a passionate new beginning. Some of you traveling, might be with a soul union. This is really lovely. Hey, if, you know, you are single and you like it like that, you know, maybe you're just traveling, or you're getting a new creative business venture that you're kickstarting this year, possibly with a friend or family member, or somebody that you have some kind of affinity with, you know, some kind of emotional connection with them. Interestingly, I believe that Aries got that popping out too. You might have some Aries in your chart, or an Aries who is relevant to you. But let's see for Virgo 2021. At the foundation, well, you've got the Death card, so something is transforming. You're going through some kind of, you know, death rebirth cycle, some type of transition. where things are changing. Actually, it's a positive card, and I don't know why I'm hearing time's up. It's time. It's time to change. It's time to get on with the next phase of your life. And yeah, this might have been intense. There might have been some separations that came up, okay? But it's up from here. And what your lessons were from last year is Wheel of Fortune reversed. Some things were out of your control, you know, and you might have felt like powerlessness, which I kind of saw, but I saw with the financial stuff, you taking your power back, okay, with that devil card I saw. Where did I see it? Yeah, there it is. So you might have felt powerless and out of control in 2020, and that things were just totally like the cards were stacked against you in some respect. Um, and so there was some lesson about your own power and fate, you know. Now, the lesson of this year is that you've got something coming to completion, something coming to fulfillment. I'm going to clarify that in a moment. The obstacle for this year, well, some kind of conflict for you, you know, might be some kind of competition. I'm gonna clarify that as well. And what's working for you, the strength, is that you're resisting something. You're having a lot of courage. You're putting forth a lot of effort despite challenges. So let me clarify. I mean, I'm really wanting to get nosy on this reading. Let me find out what was not going in your favor in 2020. What was that about? Please show me for Virgo. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and some of you had to drop some burdens, okay? You had some responsibilities, commitments, obligations. You might have had to kind of, I'm just hearing trim the fat, like if you had overextended yourself, you know, it was just like, I can't do this anymore. You might have had to cut back in something, in some respect, because it was kind of like, what else are you going to do, all right? If you were in a relationship where, you know, things were one-sided, you might have dropped it, okay? You might have let it go, and you might have emotionally disconnected, all right? Now, with the world, that kind of landed like that, so I don't know. You know, some of you got to get a new perspective on closure, some issue of maybe even success. Some of you travel. By traveling in 2020, this is maybe going to help you to get in a new mindset. Some of you, though, you need to bring to an end being stuck in your life, and maybe stuck because you've been holding on to a fantasy that's been making you a victim, all right? There's some kind of stuckness that needs to be overcome and ended here. Now, in 2020. Now, the obstacle with the Five of Wands, you've got some kind of competition or conflict going on. It might be in a group dynamic. Some of you, it might be within yourself. You've got your North Node in the 9th house, so you're very much focused on, you know, beliefs, higher truths in life. And, is that right? Yeah. You might need to release something having to do with you know what, I'm getting this, like, I'm getting travel again. It's like something with, you're having to release things going on in your local vicinity, your neighborhood, okay? It might have to do with communications. It might have to do, because communications might bring up conflicts. Or if you work in a field where it's, you know, communications oriented, marketing, things like that, there might be a lot of competition, and you're having to release working in that field in your local vicinity. Okay, you've got to embrace 9th house, long distance travel. Here's that travel again, all over the world, global type. Some of you, I don't know why I'm getting that with your work, okay? But again, if this is relationships, because I know a lot of you tune in for that, not necessarily the money, but um, there might be an obstacle with, I'm seeing Saturn there as well. This is like the daily grind. This is people that you're interacting with on a daily basis. There's some kind of, and the people around you, like there's some kind of disagreement or maybe competition. You know, it's some kind of obstacle, and it might be that there's some karmic lesson there where you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to get out of your neighborhood, your neck of the woods. You're going to, like, on the love front, if you're wanting to meet somebody, you might find that you don't, people that are close to you, you don't really jive with them. You know, it's like, in order to meet somebody where there's less competition, I don't know, some of you live in a small town and it's like slim pickings out there or what, but some of you maybe would, I don't normally advise this, but given the astrology and the cards, some of you might do better with like trying to do online dating or long distance dating. Let me see, can you tell me more about this 5 of Wands as the obstacle? Yeah, Star in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. This has to do with the soulmate. Some of you, I mean, I'm going to say if this is about career, you're not being recognized in your, you know, or you've lost ambition in some respect because of all the competition. And there's been a lack of healing here. And with the Page of Wands in reverse and a Page of Cups in reverse, somebody is not emotionally available. They're not feeling secure. They're not opening up, sharing their feelings. And I kind of saw that in the picture where, you know, this person's got their mouth sealed, like they're not talking. And they're not opening up emotionally. And that has really proven to be an obstacle for you this year, in terms of you maybe meeting a soul mate or getting some kind of healing. And again, I'm seeing with this Hangman reverse and the Star reverse that this year, again, the karmic lesson of this year and the obstacle of this year, there seems to be somebody, you know, here, if it's not you, it's somebody around you is attached to a fantasy. And this needs to be healed. And there's maybe been a loss of faith, okay, that you don't have faith in the universe anymore. And that could be an internal conflict that you're dealing with. It's proving to be an obstacle where some of you have just given up on healing this situation, and you're not emotionally talking to anybody about it. You know, and it might be some major karmic lesson that there will be sacrifices in this world, and there are going to be things in this life that are out of your control. Burdens that you're going to have to drop that maybe you prefer not to. You know, maybe wanting to go after this really high-minded Aquarian type, you know, idealism of wanting the way you want your world to be. You know, you're going to have to, like, right, with the the thing which cannot be named from last year, right, that locked the whole damn world down, okay? Really dark stuff, and you know, you've got to get into this mindset or come to a reality of, yeah, there's some dark stuff going on in this world, and some of it is completely out of our control. A lot of it is, right? We can only control ourselves and our response to other people. We can't control them. I do see you resisting here, though, on a positive, and it's the way you assert yourself. Like you're resisting something, and what are you resisting? Whale, secrecy, people being impulsive and impatient and just this kind of in and out energy, like, I don't know if I'm coming or going type stuff. Oh, I think you're going to push back on that nonsense. I don't think you have time for it. And this people coming in with hidden agendas, they're going to have to come out with it. People that's not listening to intuition, which I saw it over here with your business stuff and that King of Wands in reverse, somebody not listening to their intuition, you got to listen. You're going to have to listen to that intuitiveness. And when you do, when you stop resisting, then it's going to work to your benefit. But other people who, like I'm telling you, you're dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Because I'm seeing the impulsiveness and the self-centeredness around this fire sign. Okay, and whoever is ignoring their intuition, I'm seeing at 3 places here. And they're very self-interested. They want instant gratification. They're very much about their ego, like, but what about me? But what about me? But what about me? And they're maybe not even willing to put in the work. Some secrets might come out this year about this person or this situation, and somebody's gonna, I feel like what's going to work to your benefit is to resist any kind of inclination towards holding back feelings or ignoring the prompting of spirit, and also resisting an inclination to want it like that, right? Because this is about sacrifice being your lesson, karmic lesson, major lesson. And what's working to your benefit is, like, this is somebody who doesn't want to make any sacrifices at all. They don't want to put the work in, but they want the credit for it. You know? And they want to keep secrets, and they want to come in and out as they please without any consequence. Well, you resisting that kind of energy is going to work to your benefit this year. And it might be a challenge. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Because here we go again with this Page of Wands in reverse, where somebody is maybe stirring up conflict. More about an unwilling to listen and struggling with their communication. This is what needs to transform for you this year. I feel like the communication difficulties are rooted in somebody having an emotional issue that's unhealed, and them hanging on to really an unrealistic way of thinking, and not wanting to accept that, you know, we're all dealt cards in life, and some of them are going to be good and some of them are going to be bad, and it's how you play it. It's how you play the cards you're dealt. I mean, we don't have any control over the cards we're dealt, but then it's how you play it. And so it's not easy, okay? I don't know if it's easy for anybody. I think some people do have it easier in this life. I got my theories on that, but that's for another video for another day, right? But for you, Virgo, I hope I've said something here to help you, you know, get an idea of what's up for you this next year and how to best use the energies to your advantage. Like I said, I'm going to talk more about it on Friday in a free video here on YouTube. Make sure you've activated the notifications bell so that you're notified when it comes out. And if you want to know about January, it's on Etsy for $3.99. If you want a private reading, it's over, you can get that over at my website, the crownedOnes.weebly.com. And all the links are down below, as always. So until next time, I'm wishing you all the best, and I hope you have a happy new year. Be blessed.